Roxy, you look great today.
Thank you so much, Sam.
She showed up in like a tiny little fur thing. And like
the fur thing I noticed.
A little velvet skirt.
It's not that short.
It's pretty short.
Yeah.
And you like to usually say this, like if I'm wearing something that's up to my neck, he's like, "Oh, and the low-cut shirt with the big boobs." I'm like, this is a pretty big fur
I didn't say
thing.
you had anything low cut on. I said your skirt was short.
That's true. My skirt is short. My skirt is very short.
It's very velvety looking. It's the type of thing, if you were in a John Steinbeck novel, you'd get killed accidentally by a retarded guy petting you.
Thank you so much. I'll take that as a compliment.
It is a compliment. It's a very nice compliment.
Yeah, it's like 85 degrees outside, too. I don't know why I'm wearing fur and velvet.
That's okay. Well, again, it's very, very short. And you got thigh highs on, too.
Yeah, what do you think about those?
I don't mind
They're
them.
comfortable.
They are. They're very comfortable.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Those are not thigh highs, by the way, Sam. They're knee socks.
Oh, is that right?
Difference,
What's
yeah.
the difference?
The length. Thigh highs go up to the top of the thigh.
Like literally knee versus thigh. You
I
know?
see.
Yeah.
So thigh highs is what that pilot was masturbating in the cockpit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Those were not knee socks.
No, he would have looked not as silly in knee socks, but in thigh highs, he looked a bit ludicrous. With his feet on the console. He couldn't have been behaving more poorly on the job.
Did you hear about this guy?
Mm-mm.
He got fired because he was
they did fire him?
Well, I'm sorry, you're right. Suspended only.
Yeah.
Because he was caught via photos masturbating in the cockpit of a British Airways
Photos
plane.
that he put up, obviously.
Yeah, he took them himself.
He posted pictures of himself masturbating?
Well, yeah, it was like he didn't post them. I don't know where he posted them. He must have sent them, or they were lost in the cloud, or somebody ratted them out, or something.
I don't know.
Because he put his thigh-high up socks on the steering wheel, and his bottom of his balls and top of, you can kind of see his taint and bottom of his asshole and ball area.
You really examined these pictures.
Yeah,
Sam.
he did.
You you
It's
got
like
in
crime
there.
scene photos. the guy was laying back in the chair and he was really trying to show everything.
Yeah.
And he's got to get fired for that. You can't jerk off in a cockpit.
You can't. Not with thigh highs on.
No.
And we saw his pants and his shoes.
That was my favorite part with his shoes, the empty shoes.
Next to his chair.
Wait, how do you
He
see
just
the
hustled
pants?
out of them.
If his pants are off, they were folded next to him or something?
He just tussled them down.
Oh.
And they were next to him. Like the belt was still in them. You know what I mean? You could obviously tell the co-pilot had just left because he just quickly took his pants down.
Oh, it's the oops, you caught me look.
And started jerking off. But God bless him.
I guarantee you he has a system when that guy comes back where he can just throw the magazine and slip the pants on immediately.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't care about the shoes because the guy won't notice when he sits down. You can just slip your shoes back on.
Right, because I bet a pilot takes his shoes off on the flight.
And by the way, those socks, you can't really tell stockings or like man's dress socks from the bottom. They kind of look the same.
No, I think stockings are a little bit more transparent. They're a little bit more see-through.
Maybe, but who's going to notice that in the fucking dark cockpit?
I would notice.
You might by feel. You should reach over to caress his feet.
Well, he's got his ankles wrapped around my cheeks.
Massage his feet.
Right.
Would you like a man's feet in your face?
No, I would hate that. A man's socked foot with his tight dress socks on.
Stockinged foot. Have you ever dated a weird guy who's like asked you some weird fetish shit that you're like, no?
I got to tell you something. I'm kind of the weird fetish person.
Oh, you really?
Well, not always, but I do like feet.
Men's feet?
I like feet.
I've heard that from a few different women that they like men's feet. That's more of a submissive thing.
You suck toes?
I have been a toe sucker before.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
But you have to get somebody else to be into it because it's not fun if you're sucking somebody's toes who's like, oh, God, why the fuck are you sucking my toes?
Would you be like that, Jim? If Roxy started sucking your toes, would you be like, Roxy, that's so gross?
No, not at all.
You wouldn't?
No, not at all.
Have you ever had your toe sucked?
Of course. Yeah, no, I like it.
Who
Yeah,
are you
it's
talking
kinda,
to,
it's
kid?
kind of nice.
But it's been in weird times, somebody who you don't... It's a weird thing for a man to say to a woman. Like, for women to say, hey, you want to lick my feet? Yeah. But it's for a guy to say to a woman, because most women are not into feet. And so, yeah, if you just put them in their face, and if they like it, they'll do it.
By the
gotta
way, you can see photos, because people are going to want to know. You can see photos of Roxy on her Twitter, at Roxy Striar. She's also on AfterBuzz TV and Screen Junkies. And she's gotten herself in, she's always been hot, but she's gotten herself in very good shape lately. And she's become a big fan of the spandex unitard.
Yeah, I wear a lot of unitards, that's for sure. And you can also see me on your Snapchat because I jacked it for the day, and I'm apologizing in advance for the dick pics you guys have received after me posting a little bit of a provocative picture of myself.
Did you do that?
Yes, I did.
Can we
Oh,
see
good.
that
It wasn't even that provocative. I'm just kind of, when you're trying to be a hot girl, so you kind of open your mouth a little little bit, you're like, like little kissy face kind of thing, because you think that's sexy. In my mind, I was like, oh yeah, this will look hot.
This will get all the boys lathered up.
Yeah.
On Jim and Sam show on Snapchat?
Yeah.
Let me see here.
So you like men's feet. When did you first realize you like guys' feet?
This is weird because you keep saying men's feet, and it's just feet.
Oh, just feet. You like women's feet too?
I guess so, because
You'll suck a lady's toes?
I did suck a lady's toes. Her name was Emma. I think we were like 13 years old, and that's how I realized that I like toes. It was one of those, we were kind of laying on my couch watching a movie, and we were young, and she was like, do you want to suck on my toes? And I was like, okay. Yeah, sure.
At 13?
Yeah, because it wasn't like a sexual thing at the time. It was more, I don't know why she asked me. Maybe it was sexual for her.
Of course it was.
But, and then she was like, do you want me to suck on your toes? And I was like, I guess so. And she did, and I was like, that was cool. And
what
then,
size feet do you have? Look like 6.
No, bigger, way bigger. I'm an 8.
Oh,
and I'm short, so for a short person.
awesome.
Do you mind that they're bigger?
No.
That's better.
Oh my
the
God,
bigger,
yeah.
the better.
Yeah.
There's the photo.
Oh, it's cute.
You see what I mean with the
Yeah.
mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
just a little bit trying to be sexy.
Right.
Like, oh,
that-
I'm casual. Oh, I'm kind of cute.
But that's where the big toe goes.
Yeah.
So you and your friend sucked each other's toes for how long? Just once?
Yeah, it was just one
Okay.
time, and then I switched over to men's toes because then I'm not into women. I dabbled for a little bit, but it wasn't my thing really.
What situation do you like to be when you suck a guy's toes? Like, is he dominating you? Are you having sex? Or like while he's on the couch, do you like to be ignored while you suck his toes?
No, not ignored. You got to be in the heat of things. Like, you got to be going for it, and
So it's not a submissive thing.
no, it's kind of like it seems in the opposite direction, but on your way to give a blowjob, like some people will start at the top and then go down, but you can also start at the bottom and then
Do you lick
go up.
between the toes?
And then
or
when
just
you're
suck?
blowing him, do you start going, I started at the bottom, now I'm here?
Shut up.
every single time. But sometimes in my head, I really
did a
will
little
say
rap
shit
joke.
like that.
You're just so young and hip.
I did a little
What
rap
a
joke.
reference.
Yes, it is.
That was honestly so hip.
A little rap
You
joke.
put on a shitty black
Thank
scent
you
when
very
you did
much.
it.
And he smiled so big too, like so proud of himself before he even got it
I was
out.
very happy with
Yeah.
Because
myself.
he knew what a cornball he was.
Yes, I did.
So do you lick between the toes?
Yes.
It's more of like a suck pull motion
I see.
than a lick kind of
Do you,
thing.
do you take the whole foot and suck all the toes, or just each toe?
No, not the whole foot.
Right. Okay.
Do you like the bottom of the arch of the foot and the heel?
More toes.
Okay.
More of a toe person.
So now how do you like the guy to behave while you're doing it?
You got to make a little noise because if
okay,
somebody's
yeah.
dead silent and you're sucking their toes, you get really concerned.
what kind
Like
of-
I would say something sexy if you're sucking my toes. Like, ooh, this makes me feel like I have 5 little pricks down there.
That's terrible.
that would
little prick.
that would be the worst. If you said that to me, I'd be like, no,
You
no.
wouldn't be turned on if I said that?
No, you gotta-
Roxy, I think you just found which piggy went to market.
Absolutely. This little piggy's about to go wee, wee, wee all in your hair.
No. Oh God, you got to do more, just like, like that.
Damn.
No,
I got 10 little picks down there.
none of that. None of it.
Let's see. Okay, so do you like if you're sucking a guy's toes, do you like when he pushes them on your face?
Pushes his toes on my face, like kicks me.
No, not kicks you. No.
Just presses.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't sucked that many toes
Okay.
to know. I guess I would try it. A foot on my face. It doesn't seem that far away from my mouth. If it's my cheek.
Okay, you
If
just like the
somebody-
feeling of toes in your mouth.
Yeah, I do.
And you put them clean.
Obviously, I prefer.
But like a
it.
lot of guys have shitty like hangnails and stuff like that. A man's foot is not traditionally the most well taken care of thing.
Yeah, you got to get pedicures.
Oh.
As a man, you got to do it. Especially if you're going to put your toes in somebody's mouth.
You haven't been back to Boston in a long time, have you?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. Wow. I guess I should be more into the dirty toes. I
That's
got to
right.
stay with my roots, you know?
A
Okay,
good
you like
working
that.
man's foot.
That's an interesting fetish for a woman to have for feet. You don't see as many women because women have like a really weird reaction. They fucking hate feet.
Everybody.
You're a very assertive person in life, though. Do you ever get submissive?
Yeah, definitely.
You like it?
Oh, you have to, because
have
when you're
to.
somebody who's in the industry and you're working your ass off and you always have to be yelling and fighting with everybody, sometimes when you're with somebody, you just want to be like, all right, take me. I have nothing left. Like,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Someone spank you and like talk dirty, say sexy
Like, what kind of
things.
thing would you say?
Like what?
Like, oh, you've been misbehaving.
Yes, like that.
Just like with that voice and everything?
Yeah.
That was your best one yet. I'm not even kidding.
It's good, right?
You've
Yeah.
done that before?
Sure.
And they like that?
Yeah. Oh, someone didn't do their chores and studies.
Why does he have a hint of a Scottish accent?
I don't
It's not
know.
Scottish. You're spanking. You're in the moment.
Why is he saying it like that, though?
You're spanking. You're like, bad that, bitch.
So aggressive.
Is that too much?
And why didn't she do her studies? Is she still in school?
No, she's what happened? No, she's going for her master's.
Oh.
Yes.
Makes perfect sense.
She's
now.
going for her master's.
And you do have to do your studies.
You
when
do
you're
have
going
to
for
do your
master's.
studies.
Right.
That's true. It's important.
That's true, but she was unable to because she was arrested for drunk driving.
Is that right?
Yes, and I'll spank her.
And that's
that
why
why
she's
she's bad?
misbehaving. Yes.
Yeah, she's misbehaving. Like she plowed into a family and killed 3 people.
Is that what happened for that?
Yeah.
Any kids? She kill any kids?
There was 2 in the car. Yes.
Yeah.
Father and 2 kids.
Hit her harder.
Killed them both.
She gets a spanking.
Yeah.
So part of your role play is that you'll give the woman a spanking for
Shattering those dreams. Yeah.
killing 2 children in a drunk driving accident.
Do you then drop her off at the police station or no?
Tell her how naughty she is. Yeah, she woke up in a drunk tank. The whole thing. She
Right.
studies.
That's
it's
such
really hot.
such a fun fantasy.
Yeah.
Are you getting turned on, Roxy?
Definitely. I'm
thought so.
wishing that I was the driver in the scenario.
Do you
know?
have nice feet or do your feet awful?
They're okay.
They're okay. Yeah, see, feet can go. I like a certain kind of foot. It's not. I'm not a maniac for it. I prefer like a nice looking foot that's clean but a little,
Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got if my
Okay.
feet are okay.
Okay.
I'll be honest too.
Yeah.
Roxy's gonna put her feet
I
up.
could have painted my toes a little better. So that,
You
know,
don't
they're
need them
like,
painted. Let me-
they're
let me-
like
let's-
normal feet.
Let me look at it from your angle.
They're like normal.
Turn that way.
There they are. Roxy's got her feet up.
They're nice. She has nice feet.
Nice feet, right?
Very nice. Yeah.
they
Very
don't
good.
smell.
I don't mind a
I
little
clip my
smelly.
toenails.
They're a nice color too. They're
Oh.
cool.
You don't mind a little stench?
Nah, as long as it's not dirty. As long as they're not like fucking like. I've been walking barefoot and my dog hair is on them feet. Fucking nasty.
Just walk through excrement with my bare feet on.
Yeah, one girl had talked to me about sucking her toes. She was just chatting about it, but I knew she had roaches, and it was just gross
In
me
her
out.
house?
Where else would her roaches be?
I don't know. It sounded like they're in her feet
No,
or something.
no, in her purse.
I get why you asked the question, Sam. It sounded like the roaches were living in her.
No, in her feet, in her house. But I mean, like I just kept thinking of her walking around on roach eggs, and I'm like, I can't suck those.
She probably did too.
No, I didn't. We just talked about it.
No, I mean she probably did. Walk
Oh
around in
yeah,
roach
yeah,
eggs.
yeah. I like them clean, but like right from the gym in socks.
You said no,
Right.
though. You said straight up, I will not do this.
No, we were talking through text. It wasn't like one of those things where they're in my face. so I
Roach
probably would've bit
infested pig.
Exactly. Nobody wants to suck your fucking roach egg tootsies. Fucking nasty.
It seems like it must have been difficult to date you, Roxy, because every time you come in here, it's like your experiences happen so early. You know what I mean? You were fucking sucking toes at 13.
Sure.
When did you give up that mouth of yours?
Yeah, young, 13 also.
13. She's blowing a dude.
Oh my God, how old was he?
He was 13
All right,
also,
that's cool.
which is better because, we're learning together, and that's why I did it.
Plus, you know what it's like to suck a 13-year-old's dick now, so
That's
you
true.
got that out of your
But
system.
everybody else's dick is great compared. Like, I'll still remember that first 13-year-old penis, so
Right.
everybody else has a leg up on that.
What
Right.
motivated you to do it at that age?
Okay, so I had never kissed a guy before, and I wanted to be really good at something.
Like
you know,
that movie with Drew Barrymore,
never been kissed.
where she blows the 13-year-old?
Yeah, that's what she did.
I think
it
so.
was my dream.
No, that was Kevin Bacon and the Woodsman.
Oh, that's the movie. That's the movie.
But in my mind, I was thinking, all right, so everybody else is good at kissing. Everybody's had their first kiss. He won't know if I suck at sucking, so I got to try that, and then I'll be the girl who gave a great blowjob, even if I gave a crappy blowjob.
Okay. Did you give him a good one?
It was amazing.
It was, right?
It was great.
How long did it last?
I think way too long. I think maybe there was like, he was a little nervous, and there was some like.
Could he
all
not
right-
get a rod?
No, he did, but it was like he had to jerk off a little bit, and then I would suck his dick, and then he would jerk off a little bit.
So you weren't that good at it at the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, I was amazing, Sam. I was better than any of the other 13-year-old girls.
Oh, you were a toothy goose.
I think probably. I think I probably didn't get it.
But you had to be the best by default because none of the other 13-year-olds were blowing dudes.
I was the best blowjob he ever had.
You were the first?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so when he came, did he tell you?
I knew.
How'd you find out?
I knew because all of a sudden there was something in my mouth.
I see.
And I had read, I think it was either Teen People, one of those things that swallowing was a lot sexier. So I remember I took a
They
step
were writing
back.
that in Teen People?
Yeah, no joke. It was in one of those teen magazines. In one of the pieces that somebody had written about giving their boyfriend a blowjob. So I took a step back And I remember I breathed in deep through my nose, and I like to impress him, made like a big gulp sound so he knew what I had done. And
you ever have somebody swallow your jism that way, Jim?
Yeah, when I got blown by Jim Neighbors. Terrible.
It was like way too. Yeah, the sound is not nice.
Well, golly.
Yeah, you never want to hear gulp.
Yeah, but I thought that's what he wanted to hear, and so he looked at me and goes, "Why did you do that?"
And you're like, "I can't get it up now."
And I said, "What do you mean? Why did I do that?" Because I read it somewhere, and I think I just said that. And he was like, "You're supposed to spit that out." And I was so embarrassed.
What a dummy! He should be embarrassed.
Well, he didn't know that
it's dope.
He's at 13. She just became the cum eater in school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a tough
He did
rep.
tell everyone that.
He did,
too.
right?
And she swallowed.
So you were you known a little bit as the slut then?
Well, no, because after then going upstairs and breathing it into my brother's face, I was known as a lesbian because he spread that rumor harder.
Your brother did.
Right.
That's right. I remember you telling me that.
So I was no longer, people
you
thought,
you have a sister. Is she younger or older?
My sister's younger by 7 years.
So if your younger sister came to you at 13 and you were 20, she was like, Jim, and she accidentally belched and it was cum on her breath, how would you react?
I wouldn't be shocked. It would probably be mine. I'd be disgusted. I'd be disgusted to smell anything on anyone in my family's breath. It would creep me out.
Jizz breath?
Well, remember, it wasn't an accident, though. I went upstairs to tell him.
Right.
So what happened? Okay, so this guy blows low. So you have a foot fetish. You don't have that many fetishes. Foot fetish is not.
Yeah,
crazy.
no, I really don't. I'm pretty normal. Like, I like to have fun. I like to try new things. I like feet.
But you
got
got
it
tried
out
that
of-
you didn't like. There had to be something you tried you didn't like.
I think so.
I'm not that into too much butt stuff.
Do you like your
What's
butt?
too much butt stuff?
Yeah, like do you like your butt kissed and played with? Can you handle that?
Yeah, like a little bit, definitely. But some guys they try to get really aggressive and treat it like it's your vagina and it's not.
Like I like to put my forefingers in and I like to twist and turn it like I call it the egg beater.
Yeah, I'm not into the egg beater.
That might be a bit much.
Like I'm not into the egg beater.
That's not a great introductory step.
No, definitely not.
Time to beat some eggs. Time to make some breakfast.
Yeah.
Do you say that when you're doing it? Or you
yeah. I'm like, get on your stomach. I'm going to make an omelet. And the girls just get turned on immediately.
Time for breakfast in bed, baby.
See, I wouldn't think that's what he meant if he said, I want to make an omelet. I would think you were going to jizz and like spread it on somebody's back and then maybe add a couple peppers.
Yeah, no. I call that curing the burns. I'm applying it like burn lotion. I ran out of thoughts.
I know you did.
So, okay, you like a little bit of butt stuff, but not much.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many knuckles in?
Oh, it's more about
One.
less about the length and more about too much thickness. No.
Oh.
Length is okay.
So like these little skinny woman fingers, I could probably get about 4 knuckles in, but a man's hand.
Sam's Skeletor fingers, you could get the whole up to the wrist.
Yeah, I could do the egg beater and she wouldn't even know.
But a Greek guy, maybe half his thumb, you're finished.
Yeah, not down. The Greek guys, they do have big hands.
I see.
Big, thick, hairy knuckles.
But so is it difficult for to start dating guys because wouldn't they become very insecure at the fact that you had fun experiences early that they hadn't had yet? That's intimidating for a young man.
I think because I've had sex with such a small amount of people, which is actually surprising to most people.
More than 5?
Yeah, so not such a small amount of people, but compared to what you would think talking to me, I'm very open about it. People would probably think I had sex with 30, 40, whatever.
Jim, commonly misinterpreted fact about Roxy, she does indeed not give up the vagina very often.
Right.
I would assume that.
Yeah.
And I think it's a Jewish thing to give a lot more blowjobs, and for some reason, guys are not as intimidated by a girl who's given a lot of blowjobs. They're more intimidated by somebody who's had a lot of sex partners.
I see.
So guys you date, do you tell them about your past or no?
Oh, anything.
No, but I mean, do they want to know? Some guys don't want to know nothing.
Right. Some guys don't want to know nothing.
Yeah,
I don't want to know nothing.
They don't want to know nothing. They don't want to know. They want to think they're the first ones in there.
Yeah.
It depends who, because sometimes, you'll start dating a guy and he'll ask you a question and very quickly realize he can't handle the answer.
Like, what's the question he'll ask?
Something like...
Am I the biggest?
No, they'll try to do it more casually than that. Like, so, have you ever had sex on the beach? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, with who and when and how long did it last and how many times?
And more importantly, what island were you on?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
if you say Jamaica, they're like, oh no.
Oh, shucks.
That's how the interaction went, actually.
They asked you if you fucked a black guy.
And I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Now, did he have a giant dick or no?
It was big. It wasn't giant.
The biggest you've ever had?
No.
Oh.
No, it wasn't. And once I went black, I did come back.
You did?
I did go back. He was a smoke show, though. He was really hot and this big dude, and I was kind of expecting it to be a little bigger. But it was a good size. Like, doesn't tear me up, doesn't make me nervous size.
So did the guy care that you had fucked a black guy or no?
Some guys do care.
Really?
Yeah, and that's kind of a bummer, and that shows, like, all right, that this isn't going to work.
They're just intimidated. I think it's more being threatened by the myth of, oh no, this guy probably did so much better than I'm going to do.
If you were dating Roxy, Jim, are there any instances where you would want her to bring up that fact?
Yeah, every time we had sex, I'd want to talk about it. And I want her to tell me how great it was and how much she enjoyed it.
You wouldn't want her to tell you it wasn't that big, would you?
Well, no, I always want it to be truthful. It's got to be truthful. It's not fun that they're lying, because then it's like, ugh, we're both adults.
Like, if we were having sex and I was like, oh my God, you're so much bigger than the black guy I fucked, would that be sexy to you?
No, not if it wasn't true. No, for what?
Okay.
He would honestly, Jim would probably prefer if you told him how much smaller he was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll keep that in mind.
A little bit of humiliation can be fun, but it's got to come from a real place.
Right,
like,
right,
they have
right.
to enjoy doing that.
You're not looking for like a fucking role playing.
No, my dick is fine too. I'm not embarrassed by my dick, so I don't need to be. Some guys like dick humiliation. I don't need that.
Right.
I just need you to talk about positively about other things.
Did you ever have a guy want you to kick him in the nuts?
Mm-mm.
Never anything like that?
That's a fetish for some guys.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Have you ever had that? Not a guy
want me to kick him in the nuts?
No, you want to be kicked in the nuts?
No, I don't get it at all. But I've seen it happen, but I couldn't be further from
George Carlin said to my friend, he said, keep kicking him in the nuts. A friend of mine.
Really?
Yeah, he did.
Was that a special thing you just said to your one friend?
Yeah, my friend thought it was, but apparently it was something Carlin says to everyone in the fucking airport.
People have some weird ones. Like, there's that one wrestler who likes to get walked on, like, with high heels on his face.
Who?
I don't know. X-Pac was telling us about this. There's that one dude.
Oh, Tony Atlas.
Oh, Tony
Do you
Atlas.
remember Tony Atlas?
Of course I do.
The Black Superman?
Yeah.
He has, like, the craziest foot fetish. He loves women to walk on his face.
With high heels.
Yeah, he loves getting kicked with high heels and abused.
Does he like bare feet too?
Oh, yeah. He loves all of it. He loves all of it. And
Will he lick dirty shoes?
I'm sure he will.
Oh my God.
Like, he's obsessed with it.
That's so crazy.
Would you lick
obsessed
dirty
with
shoes
it.
if she was real hot?
I wouldn't care what she looked like. She'd be lucky if I fucking touched her clean shoes. No.
You don't
the
like
top of
shoes.
them. I had a couple of dominatrixes who asked me to kiss their shoes. So I'll peck the fucking top of it, like, just to get to it. But nowhere near where it can get dirty. It's not my thing.
I don't get that. You can't even feel it. You can't feel your shoe.
It's about the humiliation, like naughty boy, like shoes.
Like, get
mental
down.
Just take them off. Fucking sit down.
We get it. You're in charge.
Yeah, hey, boss.
Oh, don't hurt me.
Oh, have I been naughty? And then she puts on that special belt, and you're like, yes, I have. So interesting. Okay, so you have a bit of a foot fetish. That's just something you don't hear from a lot of women. That's cool.
Somebody has a question.
Thank you so much.
For Roxy. If you want to call in, call 866-969-1969.
By the way, we have a new sound clip.
Roxy Striar is here with us. Is there a cue for the new sound clip?
Yeah, like if someone interrupts me, I'm gonna go like this.
Okay, so what would you like? What would be an Don't interrupt me, cunt! Dude, Jim and I were laughing about that story all day because we were together all day yesterday, driving from podcast to podcast.
Right.
We were laughing at Bill Burr's Bob Kelly story all day, to the point where when Jess got home from work, because she's here working, when Jess got home last night to the hotel, the first thing I had to do was tell her the Bill Burr Bob Kelly story.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I was enjoying it quite a bit. Bill told it very fast.
Well, what do you mean? I don't mean to interrupt you. Don't interrupt me, cunt! Our friend Bob Kelly shouted that at Bill Burr in the, in the middle of the sidewalk.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah,
That's so great.
yes, it's the best.
Please load that one promptly.
Oh yeah. 866-969-1969. Sam in Virginia. You're on Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you doing today?
What's up, buddy?
Hello.
I have a pretty interesting question. What advice does Roxy have for a 24-year-old virgin performing oral sex on his girlfriend for the first time?
Are you a 24-year-old virgin?
I am.
Wow. And you haven't even performed oral sex on anybody.
It like the level of virgin that I currently am would astound you.
How did you make it 24 years without doing anything?
And how did you meet this girl?
Is there a girl?
Well, actually, I just met through a mutual friend, but
Was he a pimp?
I don't know, really. I was like, I'm kind of a shy person just by nature, so I don't really like putting myself out there that much. So
Isn't
I'm
that
sure
crazy
has
when
something to do with
it just doesn't happen, and then as the years go on, like you get more. Like if it doesn't happen in high school, then you go, okay, well, maybe I'll go to college, maybe I'll do this, it'll happen there, and then the longer it doesn't happen, the more you're just kind of like, okay, it hasn't happened, and it just doesn't.
So, first of all,
you can't kind of become content with it, and you're just like,
Sorry, you just hold on. You just jumped in while Roxy.
Oh no!
Don't interrupt me, cunt!
Oh, I fucking love that soundbite. It's great.
So you can't tell her. You can't tell her that you've never performed oral sex.
So you think at 24, if a guy whispers to you right before he goes down on you,
no. So you got to tell her you were lying because.
Wait, what did he say to her?
How did you tell her? How did you know that?
Well, man, it was just like throughout the progression of our relationship, I wanted to be completely honest with her because there would be nothing more humiliating than, getting to that point, and then at that exact point, be like, how long have you been in?
How long have you been in a relationship? How long have you been in your relationship?
It's about 4 months now.
So,
what have you been doing for 4 months?
Exactly.
She lives in another state, and I'm a truck driver. What do you want from me?
Do you have a really long tongue? How's it going to reach all the way over there?
Yeah, sir.
So what? It's like the first time you've seen her in a while?
That's one of the perks of being a truck driver is when I go off duty, I can kind of take my off-duty time anywhere I want. So every other time I go off duty, I go see her.
So let me ask you something. You'd never how did you tell her that you've never given oral sex before?
Licked a box, as it were?
Yeah, how'd you tell her you've never gone bean flicking?
Yeah.
The punani?
Yeah,
right.
The punani.
Ate in the cooch.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
It was nothing.
How did you explain you've never gone muff diving?
Yeah, how did you explain to her that you've never put your nose where it stinks?
Probably with those words.
Once I told her that I had never had sex before, it was kind of, I didn't really even have to mention the fact that I hadn't.
You've never gone mouth fishing either?
No mouth fishing, no bean licking, none of that.
So the advice I would give, I know you're asking Roxy, but I would say what you got to do is you go from the side and you grab both lips in between your teeth and you tear left and right and make the yummy noise. That drives her crazy.
What's the yummy noise?
Oh, that's so great.
Now I get it.
So you almost have the whole vagina in your mouth.
Yeah, and you're holding
and you're just shaking it like a dog in his toy.
Yeah.
And it's rough?
Oh, yeah.
So she's lying down, and then you kind of sideways.
No, she's on her stomach, and you open her legs from the back.
That's cool.
And you got your nose pressed into her thigh, so you talk like that, and then you bite the lips. And
Like this, so it sounds like,
Yeah, that's got to affect the yummy noise, though. And with the
cool.
nose.
Yeah, it's hot, though, right?
That is, that's fucking sexy.
I would be like okay.
Like a rabid dog mauling a cat.
How would you, Roxy, how would you tell him for real? How would you help this guy?
So I think that because you said that you haven't had sex with anybody doesn't mean you've never had oral sex. Now, it doesn't mean you've never done it. So I would pretend that you had and just own it. Pretend like you know exactly what you're doing. Make sure you don't leave out the clit. If you don't know where that is, you got to Google it first. You should look at something.
Believe me, I've Googled it before.
Yeah. You Google it.
You flick your fucking tongue on it.
And you write some letters. Like
you know how to go. You know how to satisfy a girl, right, Chip?
Fuck yeah. Little.
Don't make those noises. Don't do that.
Roxy's staining the chair as she listens to Chip.
Yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt, Roxy. Go ahead.
No,
Don't interrupt me.
Thank you. Thank
It
you.
was perfect because you started talking.
Yeah.
And honestly, the confidence you had to call in the show means that you will have some confidence down there. So, you've watched porn enough times. You know what you're fucking doing.
A lot of people say calling Jim Norton and Sam Roberts is like going down on a woman.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah, it stinks.
Being in here with you guys feels like I'm getting somebody going down on me right now.
Right.
What have guys done wrong when they've gone down on you?
Same area, too much, too aggressive.
Too rough, right?
Yeah. Well, it's
What
not
would
even
you
just too
say-
rough.
Oh,
What?
Go ahead, sir.
coming.
No.
Okay, I was waiting for the soundbite. What would you say is the biggest mistake a first timer can make when it comes to performing oral?
Don't ask if she's
Power
come
tools.
yet. That's my least favorite thing in
Right,
the entire world.
yes.
Are you there yet? Are you there yet? Have you
Almost.
come yet? Are you
That's
almost?
what I do. I don't say have you come yet, but I go like every 5 minutes. I just look up and go almost.
No, you don't. You should.
It's the fucking worst.
What?
You get so much pressure on you. You feel like you're doing something wrong, and then all of a sudden you're out of the moment, and you're like, God damn it! Like, stop fucking asking me that question.
Here's what I do. I just flick my tongue and I'm like, comfort chipper. Comfort chipper.
That's gross.
If you really play into this, it might work for some people.
Comfort chipper.
I look up every 3 minutes and I go quicker or slower. Quicker, slower. Okay, good. And then I go back to work.
You guys should just make hand signals then.
Right.
Yeah, I do. I put my right up and I pop lock with my right arm. That means hurry up, my back hurts.
Oh. See, you have to tell them that before, because I wouldn't get that hand signal. I wouldn't know what that meant.
Are you nervous, Sam?
Oh, that's what he says to himself every morning, right before we go on the air.
I'm very comfortable with this person.
You sound like it. I'm very comfortable.
Not at all.
Peter fucking Brady, it's time to change.
Well, I gotta tell myself this so I don't go in there looking like a bumbling idiot.
Right. You probably will. It's your first time doing something, you know what I mean? Like, you're probably going to be dog shit at it.
No, Sam, it's hard to really fuck that up. I mean, it's an easy thing to navigate.
No, it
just
isn't.
enjoy it and find and tell her that you want her to tell you if she wants something.
And look,
Let her know it's okay to say, hey, I want this or I want that. You know, women are a lot of times
100%.
afraid.
Yes.
and Sam, you're not gonna marry this woman. This is the woman that you're doing everything for the first time on. Just use her, maintain the relationship.
Yeah.
Use her as like your litmus test.
Practice pussy.
Lick her
Practice
toes.
pussy. Yeah, lick her toes. Do everything to her.
Thing though, like I tell all of my close friends that know this about me, I always tell them this. Like, I'm just not the type of person that can just use a woman like that.
You don't know what you could do. You never even ate a pussy before.
Yeah, what do you
don't
mean?
know
You're
what-
dating her 4 months. Use her how, you goody two-shoes?
Yeah.
Stop. You're afraid and you're trying to make excuses.
Yeah.
You're scared and you don't want to say you're scared.
I'm
Like,
a person. Fuck you.
You're not. You're not.
that's
I'm
not
just
being
too
a good
of
person.
a guy.
You're too good a person to make her come?
Yeah.
Hey, I would love to make you come, but I'm too good a guy. That would fly with no one.
Right now, you're using her. You're using her for her mind, and you're not taking care of her body.
Right.
Exactly.
You're using her.
Her
Roxy.
pussy is the mayor of Neglect City.
Yes,
You're in a relationship, right?
I am.
You get that box eaten more than once every 4 months?
Yes, I do.
Good for you.
Damn fucking right.
Good for you.
Damn Skippy.
Damn Skippy.
Just do you want a fucking medal? Good Lord.
Look, here's what you
Put
do.
Purell on her pussy first. They like that.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
make it burn.
Yeah, they do. Look, Sam, just try everything that you can possibly try. Everything that you've seen in porno movies, all of it. Just try it on her. Do it in a trusting way.
Want me to do
Do
that?
Do it in a way that you agree upon. What kind of porn do you watch?
Gay
all of it.
scat.
What do you mean all of it?
All of the porn.
You
Sam.
watch fucking fecal
I've
porn?
had-
What do you mean
I've
all of
had,
it?
Like 14 years of virginity because you don't really count 10.
14
like
years.
the ages 1 through 10. So
Sure you
I've
do.
explored most of it. I would say I'm pretty experienced in the world of pornography, I might add.
Yes. Your inflection's enraging.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, I liked him at first, and I was rooting for him to lose his virginity, but now I'm kind of hoping we make it to 40.
Because he's never performed oral, but he's bragging about 14 years. I've watched quite a bit of
Yeah.
porn in my time.
I'm very
Look, dude.
things I've accomplished in my life, Sam.
Look, here's what you got to do.
Yep.
Just use her for everything you've ever wondered about. The fact that she knows that you've never gotten laid, you're a virgin, you're all this, and she's still accepting of your mouth and dick and balls. Like, you have to practice everything on her so that you can move forward to the next girl and the next girl and the next girl with actually some kind of experience.
Sam, that's the best advice. Yeah, that's it.
Because you're not dating a 24-year-old virgin, Roxy.
I'm not.
You don't have time to you're not a teacher.
I've never taken anybody's virginity. That scares the fuck out of me.
How old? Me too, actually. How old is your boyfriend?
He's 28.
Okay, so that's age appropriate.
He's gotten laid before?
Yes, he has.
Okay, good.
Yes,
he's a very handsome, tall guy.
Many times.
Is he a handsome, tall guy?
Yeah.
That's good.
He does. He's done the sex thing before.
Okay.
Yeah.
She hooked up with Adrian.
I did.
Did you
But
really?
he didn't get it in.
No, he didn't.
Wait, did you suck his penis?
No, I didn't.
Did he go down on you?
No.
But he licked her nipples.
Yeah, he licked my nipples.
Are they nice? They big nipples or small?
They're medium sized.
Ooh.
Was that a oogoo? How do I know if it's a goodoo? Goodoo or
That was a
badu?
good.
He's just getting excited.
So wait, okay, so you hooked up with Adrian.
I did.
Why? No, he's a good looking guy.
I gotta tell you, I fucking love Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian's a good
he's
egg.
awesome.
You like Cuban dick. I understand.
I can't even help it. I get excited when I'm on Sam's show because I have an excuse to text him. I was texting him. I'm like, hey, you want to give me that Snapchat login? Also, how are you?
That doesn't make your boyfriend
Because
insecure?
I can't text him otherwise because I have a boyfriend who I love.
So why
who's
didn't you
amazing.
suck his penis?
Because
Does he have a big penis? Did you touch it?
we kind of did the with clothes on grinding thing, so it felt like it was there for sure, big.
Okay.
But I don't know. I didn't see it.
It's
So
not
what
a
happened?
micro penis.
Why did he try to get it in?
I would know if it was. Why didn't he try?
Why did he try to get it and not get it in? What happened?
Well, I just don't give it up that easy.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Okay, I thought you tried to and couldn't get it in.
No. I wouldn't let him. And also, I knew because we were coming back on Sam's show that I was going to come back on and talk about it. I wasn't even expecting to let him touch my boobies, but I did. So that was generous of me.
That's cool. Yeah, fuck yeah. Go ahead, Adrian. Get those nips. So he didn't go down on you. I fault Adrian for that.
But he did kiss the nipples.
Yeah.
That's cool, but he should have kept kissing the stomach.
Here's the thing.
He tried. He did.
All right. I respect.
And also, Roxy can really hold her liquor.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
he'd
he'd had a few drinks in him. So she got him off his game a little
Oh,
bit.
he was a little drunk. He started crying into your stomach.
slosh.
Fucking love you. I fucking love you, don't you? Fucking Sam doesn't
No.
treat me right.
He did send me ribs after, though. To my door in L.A., he sent me ribs. So that's cooler than crying.
Hey,
right?
baby, you like dinner?
Yeah, baby, you hungry? I wish I could have taken you out for some ribs.
That's-
Yeah.
What a
that's what the
shitty
note
thing
said.
to send a woman.
No,
Right.
Are you kidding? I love ribs.
That's right. This one girl ate my ass, so I sent her mashed potatoes and a hat.
Why mashed potatoes? I thought maybe eggs, the omelet you made in her ass.
No, mashed potatoes are a really romantic food.
are,
Especially
right?
when they're cold and left on your doorstep.
You're an aphrodisiac.
You could make hearts in them, You could carve shit into
That's
them.
exactly
I love
right.
good mashed
Romantic.
potato art.
Yeah.
Nick in San Francisco has a question for Sam in Virginia. What's going on, Nick?
Good afternoon.
And a good afternoon to you.
Oh, good afternoon. Hello.
I guess it's 10 in the morning for us out here on the West Coast, but it's almost
That's
afternoon
right.
over there. Okay,
That's right.
so what I don't understand is if you're a truck driver, which is so immersed in the whore culture, how do you make it to 24 without at least once getting curious enough to buy I feel like Jim Norton could only drive a truck about 50 yards before he pulled off to buy a whore.
Well, there's a lot
I can
lizard.
answer this very quickly. Jim Norton makes a lot more money than I do and has access to a lot better, as you say, whores than I do. I don't know if you've ever seen a truck stop whore, but it don't
Seen one. I was raised by one.
Words.
Sorry, Mom.
Your mother was a truck stop whore.
How horrible they look.
Jim's,
was in Alabama
you're insulting
one time
Jim's
and
mom,
there
the
was this-
truck stop whore that she is. That's how she made a living. That's how the Nortons got Christmas presents.
Absolutely. That's how she put fucking bread and penicillin on the table.
Right, getting a mouthful of truck driver. You didn't know that about Jim's mom, Roxy?
Yeah.
Now
She'd
I
come
know.
home with her hair messy wearing a cat diesel fuel hat.
But I bet her vagina looked the same, which
Yeah.
is the lesson here, that all vaginas are good enough to eat.
She'd look disheveled.
That's
She'd have a
not
cat
true.
diesel hat on. She'd give your dad a big kiss on the mouth, and they would go to bed.
Yeah. He would go, toy. He hated that. Smell like cigarettes. It sound like fart.
She tasted like cigarettes.
Yeah. Ugh, dumbbell.
Oh, all right,
I gotta
Sam.
piss.
We're gonna take a break. Call us back on Monday. You're gonna perform. First of all, get your dick in there this weekend, buddy.
Yeah, try to.
I'm back on your team.
Yeah, roll her over on her stomach and say, look, that little place where the shit comes out, I'd love to fill it.
So charming. Yeah, try to have some sex this weekend, Sam, okay?
All right, I'll give her
Also,
a
what you
shot.
say to yourself when you wake up in the morning?
That's what I do
try to have
every
some
morning.
sex. That's his
Try to
pep
have
talk.
some sex this weekend.
That's what his wife says to him.
And Jess wakes up and she goes, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Call us back on Monday, okay, buddy?
All right, guys. Love the show. Hey, Jimmy, I love you, man. You're a hilarious fucking dude. All right, guys.
All right,
Have a
thanks,
good one.
man.
All right.
Thank you. Good luck, man.
We'll talk to you later. Roxy, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having
We
me.
always learn so much from you.